relatively quiet night. All the trains and traffic are off in the background, but it was chilly. I should have layered up more than I did before I went to sleep. Due to circumstances, I ended up with a cheap Ozark stove from Walmart at the end of the CDT, and it has been so nice getting back to DeSoto. They make really good stoves. Since I woke up chilled, I decided to have a third cup of coffee to warm up, and I'm about to get moving. This is Eclipse Day, but as the news has been talking about for days and days, it's looking pretty disappointing in a lot of places. You can see the sun out here, but it's also partially cloudy. Where Jen is, it's apparently going to be cloudy and thunderstormy. Nevertheless, thanks to some trail angels a few days ago, I am fully prepared. I had turkeys gobbling around me this morning. Never caught sight of them though. And while I'm not fully adjusted yet, I am a little doing better than I was yesterday. And I stayed close enough to the campground where I at least get to take advantage of the facilities this morning. And back on the move. I am around 60 some miles from Hancock. I am roughly targeting 20 miles a day, basically trying to get into more solid miles, but still not fully confident in my feet. They got better than they were a couple of days ago, but the calluses still aren't fully hardened. They are at least to the point where I can relax and enjoy the walking again, even if they are pretty beat by the end of the day. And after Hancock, I think I have another 2 days or so until I'll get to Old Town and be exiting the C&O and seeing what the next section will be like. Weather-wise, it's supposed to get to the high 60s today, though when I look ahead, it's basically showing varying chances of rain for the next 5 days. So who knows? I did check in with Jen this morning. She was able to make it back to Southern California. And today is back to school, so she's always really excited for that. She will be rejoining me in 61 days, so my job for the next 2 months is just to get as far as I can. We have some hope that maybe I'll be able to get, close to the CDT while she is with me, well, before she leaves. Because she would like to see that section, Colorado, pretty, mountains, etc. We are kind of afraid it's going to be more of the Kansas and eastern Colorado plain portions, but we managed to enjoy ourselves no matter where we are. An unfortunate side effect of that slip on the mud bank last night is I have mud in places I really do not wish to have mud. Outside the layers, inside the layers, inside the tent. The water's actually been pretty clear in the canal. I've only taken it out of the main river though, because I don't know how stagnant it is. And I've had issues in the past where there was stagnant water on the AT that happened to have rail ties in it somewhere. Ended up tasting like it had soaked in dirty Band-Aids. So I'm not really worrying about water since I have access to this river. However, the hard part in the current configuration is getting down those mud banks. That's why I wiped out yesterday. This is that next campsite. It looks a little fancier because it's not one of the free C&O ones. I think they said this one was $20 a night. Two o'clock. Just about time for the show to start. This is just starting to get funny. So the river's been dropping. It's left a thick layer of mud. So anytime I try and get down to the water, it hasn't been viable without, sinking up to my ankles or risking falling in. This keeps up, I may just fill out of the canal. 3 o'clock, starting to get noticeably dim out here. I'm only gonna get to 90-some% blockage, but it should be cool. Well, that was fun. Party's over now. I'm at about 16, 17 miles. There looks to be a campground around 20, and then there's another one of these big gaps. Now, this is a gap, and obviously I could stay here, but we'll see. Like I've been saying, main thing this early is just to get my feet built up, and staying consistently at 20 is a good goal. Okay, I think I'm going to take a chance on using this for water. It's been impossible to get down to the river, and I want to have water so I can stop tonight. The Big Woods campsite is less than 3 miles now. 4:30, got my full water fill up. I'm probably stopping at this next campsite. Honestly, there have been plenty of additional places I could set up a tent without bothering anybody or doing any damage. But the options to go dig a cat hole out here aren't that good. You can see I'm kind of lacking in ability to get away from the water. And there have been houses and things on that side off and on. After that bad experience at the campsite last night, I'm at least a little inclined to stealth camp. I did just follow a use trail off to that side and ended up finding some stashed deer from a homeless guy, so don't want to stay around that. I had somebody come by me a little while ago, so I kind of assumed they were headed here, but maybe I got lucky. I'm just wary it's setting up at any sort of a single site because, like yesterday, people show up late. And I've stayed at occupied campgrounds, obviously. But that one yesterday had some kind of bad behavior, people playing music, stuff like that. Which, things like that are what made me dislike the campground we were living out of for those 3 years. So 20 miles. The next developed campsite is another 8 miles or so, and I don't particularly think I have that in me. Well, I have it in me, but I need to make sure I can keep moving consistently, and I don't want to break this streak of 20s. So bathroom entrance is right there. I'm currently trying to decide whether I set up there or it looks like there's something usable back in the bushes. Back in the bushes, I probably wouldn't have to worry about being too close to anybody. For somebody who enjoys socializing so much, I get really antisocial moment it comes time to camp, sleep, etc. Okay, taking a chance and doing the more established site. We'll see if things go better today than they did yesterday. This is another pretty camp with a view of the river. But, like Kevin Smith says, everything's great without the customers, right? So another 20 miles today. If I can keep that up for 2 more days, maybe catch a few extra miles on one of those days, I should make it to Hancock, which is my resupply, recharge, etc., etc. I'm both encouraged my feet are holding up and wishing it was hurting a little less, but unreasonable expectations. Home sweet home for the night.